Hello, I'm Anthony M. Elmore, President and founder of the Proud Black Buddhist World Association. One of the most exciting things about the Proud Black Buddhist World Association is that we teach a different kind of Buddhism as taught from the Japanese or from Asians. We teach a Buddhism that is inclusive of African and African American culture and history. One of the greatest authorities that would teach you on Buddhist history, his name was Godfrey Higgins. Godfrey Higgins was an anthropologist. Sir Godfrey Higgins was an anthropologist that wrote a book. I think it came out about like 1860 or 1863. The book was called The Analcalypsis. In the Analcalypsis, Godfrey Higgins makes a note that the Buddha was black. And he tells us that it was the ancient icon that actually proved that the Buddha was a man of African descent. Let us take a look at the words and the writings of Godfrey Higgins and go on the website and look up the book Analcalypsis and learn more about the black Buddhist history, because it came from one of the foremost authorities on the ancient black history or ancient world history. His name was Sir Godfrey Higgins. He was a British historian who wrote his book about 1860, actually during the time when there was slavery in America. Let's look at the words of Sir Godfrey Higgins. British historian Sir Godfrey Higgins, in his 1836 book, writes about religion, and he specifically talks about the Buddha. He writes, "The religion of Buddha of India is well known to have been very ancient, and the most ancient temples scattered throughout Asia, where his worship is yet contingent. He is found black as jet, with the flat face, thick lips, and curly hair of the Negro. Several statues of him may be met with in the Museum of the East India Company. There are two exemplars of his broaden on the face, of the deep upon a coiled serpent. To what time are we to allot this Negro? He will be proved to be prior to the god called Krishna. He must have been prior to or contemporaneous with the Black Empire, supposed by Sir William Jones to have flourished at Sedum. The religion of this Negro god is found by his ruins of his temples and other circumstances to have been spread over an immense extent of country, even to the remotest part of Britain, and to have been professed by devotees inconceivably numerous. I very much doubt whether Christianity of this day is professed by more persons that yet profess the religion of Buddha. Of this I shall say more hereafter." Now, later in the book, Godfrey Higgins writes, he says, "In consequence of the prejudice of a Negro, be learned and scientific, arising from an acquaintance with the present Negro character, I admit with great difficulty the theory of all the early astronomical knowledge of the Chaldees were originally Negroes. But this prejudice wears away when I go to the precursors of the Brahmins, the Buddhists. When I reflect upon the skill in their fine arts, which they must have possessed when they executed the beautiful and the most ancient sculptures in the Museum of India House, and the knowledge of astronomy shown in their cycles of stones, that the Buddhists were Negroes. The icons of the gods clearly prove." Unquote. you.